Confetti Club? It is Pixie, and today I want to do a video about my tattoozles. I have been asked a couple of times throughout my internet life to do videos on like how I plan my tattoos and how I choose the designs and stuff and like my process. I'm 21 and I only have 4 tattoos, so I didn't really feel overly qualified to do this video, but I don't know, I'm excited and I am kind of planning a possible new tattoo, and that is what prompted me to maybe make this video. So hear me out. I am obviously very rainbow pink and soft. This is not your typical like Ink Master redemption. I'm not gonna toss a skull at you. I'm not gonna ride in on my Harley. Basically, I'm working on a new tattoo design and I went through and found a lot of my old tattoo designs as well and like my initial sketches. I found some of the preliminary like first ever sketches for things that are now on my body, so that's really cool. And yeah, I just wanted to have a big fun body art talk. And so, the other day at, did I put the time? 3:06 a.m. Does anyone else put the date and time of day they write things or draw things in their sketchbook? I don't know, I like to know. So at 3:06 a.m., I planned this video outline, so I hope it makes sense. So I guess the first step of any tattoo is the inspiration. My inspiration to get my first ever tattoo was my first cat, Nico, my sweet, sweet ragdoll baby boy. Just was such an amazing influence on my life, and my mom and I both wanted to get cat tattoos. She got Moby, I got Nico. That's how it came to be. And then the sketching started from there. I have written here, inspo comes. Put her in the doc. I love a good Google Doc, my dude. I love a good list. I love keeping track of things, and I like Google Docs because you can access it from anywhere. So if you're like on the computer working away and then you get a little lightning bolt of inspo, put her in the doc. If you're on the train going to work and you see someone wearing like a fabulous boa and you want to get a fabulous boa tattoo around your neck, put her in the doc. But yeah, I really recommend keeping a list of all of your ideas. So step number 2, or maybe number 1, depending on why you're getting the tattoo, is pick a body part for me. And this next tattoo, I have flip-flopped on where I want it. I initially thought I wanted it kind of above my current Nikki Neek tattoo, but I think I've settled on forearm. And then number 3, if you didn't do this in number 1, is to like sketch to your heart's content and really finalize a design. I put this as number 3 because once you pick a body part, like I bet I can find my initial sketches for this tattoo I'm working on. Let me tell you what it is. My next tattoo that I really want, that I'm currently planning, that I will work on later in this video, is kind of a tribute to my childhood and my home province, and it is a Rainbow Valley tattoo. Rainbow Valley was an amusement park on Prince Edward Island that I used to go to all the time as a kid, and it was just such a sentimental, nostalgic, PEI thing, and I think Rainbow Valley, it was named after, I believe, a Lucy Maud Montgomery book or something to do with Anne of Green Gables. Rainbow Valley is so beloved by islanders and even people that would visit from off-island, and the park itself was very like nature, wholesome. It shut down in like the early to mid 2000s, and it was very tragic and sad, and some of the pieces, like the famous UFO gift shop, or it was a UFO like dance rave thing at one point. I remember when I was a kid and I went in, God, I'm getting off the rails, but I went in, there was an alien DJ, and I was like probably 6 or 7, and it blew my mind. There was an alien DJing and it was like hidden in the woods. The way the park was laid out, it literally felt like magic. It was not a regular theme park. You got lost in the woods and you found aliens and owls and rainbows and SpongeBob popsicles, and it was wonderful! And also, rainbows are just, I love a good rainbow. I want a rainbow on my skin. I want rainbows on my flesh. I do. I really do. Anyway, sketches. I was chatting with Helena about it, and I was like, hey, I've been thinking about doing like a Rainbow Valley sort of kind of sleeve, sort of kind of arm situation. And she was like, Literally, I am so down. One thing that I have found throughout my short but, I don't know, colorful tattooing journey, the more power and the more leeway you give the artist with the design, the better that tattoo turns out in the end. Or at least that's what I've found. Whenever I really stuck to my guns with my first tattoo, I was like so scared because it was my first one. It was going right on my arm. It was a very visible spot and I was like, it has to be this. And I didn't like it. I got it like refixed and redone and I went to a different artist and I learned from then on I was like, I should really trust the artist more. So that was my first mistake, was just being like, it has to be this way. Probably the tattoo artist probably maybe knows what they're talking about. Here are some of my various tattoo sketches throughout the days. Some of these are very old. One of these sketchbooks is like literally 2016 onward. But the one that I'm going to be working on today is this one. And step number 4 is I show the sketch to the artist and I consult the artist. My artist is not in my city or province, so I have to do this via email, which works just as well. I send her the sketches and I say, I'm looking for this on this part of my body. The elements I want are like the swan boat. I really want a picnic cloth. I want the rainbow. I would love Prince Edward Island, and I'm not sure if I want that in like the official Prince Edward Island logo, which is just kind of pretty script, or like traditional tattoo text. I don't know if that would make me look too like arg. I don't know. But that's where you consult your artist and you say, what do you think? Do you think this will work? I don't know. Should we do this? What colors? Where? What shape? Boop boop ba-doo. Start a conversation. And then step 5, I have wait. Basically, I wait a little bit less than 2 to 3 years. Maybe I wait a year, year and a half with each idea. I have no idea when I'm gonna get this Rainbow Valley one, but also, I find if you post tattoo ideas before you get them, sometimes people on your Facebook or your Instagram might be a little rude and they might tell you to just not get it and they might just be total bubble bursters and they're super rude and they don't get it and it can discourage you a lot. And sometimes people have very good points, but sometimes, I mean, they're just trying to be mean and throw you off your game. So I don't know, I'm about to gouache my Rainbow Valley tattoo design and there will probably be comments saying that it's like uggo and dumb and bad and you just have to either be like, I didn't realize it was uggo, dumb and bad, or, you know, stick with your own opinion because it's your own body and that's where it's going and the only person who really has to enjoy it is you. And then depending on your artist, usually I don't see the finished design until like 2 to 3 days before the actual tattoo. It depends. I mean, for my Strong, Kind, Beautiful thigh piece, that was the one where I really didn't know what the design was gonna be until like the day of, because we were emailing back and forth about the ribbon and the text and like blah 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 blah. That one was actually like a little bit of a kerfuffle, so I'm glad that Helena still likes me and it all worked out fine. But that one definitely was more of a mystery, but I really like how it turned out. My flower piece, I supplied like the flower clue card, changed the colors up a bit, but the flowers were changed the day of as well, and I absolutely love them. They're perfect. Daisies and sakura flowers. The Pretty Cure one, I pretty much supplied like the line art, and it's pretty much exactly the way that I gave it. Yeah, actually, I guess the background color, I guess the coloring is like kind of a surprise, but again, if you say like you want specific colors, you can get that. Sometimes I don't even specify. And now, without ado, let's specify. Let's go on a road trip up to my studio, office, craft room, desk place thing. What's that room? Let's call it the office. And I'm gonna work on my tattoo design and we'll have a little gouache and goss. Gouache and goss! Steve, can you make like a beautiful gouache and goss logo? And here we are, ready to gouache, ready to goss.
So I'm just doing kind of like a simple little mock-up. I just really enjoy using gouache, but this is by no means what I want the finished product to look like. I don't necessarily like my art style here. I don't know, so like I wouldn't get this tattooed, but basically I just want to get the composition down, kind of the zone. I actually measured my arm and made the sketch and the diamond shape measured so that it'll kind of wrap around, kind of like, I don't know, I felt like I was making like cosplay foam armor. And I also decided, like, okay, at the base of my wrist, maybe I'll have some flowers, like something fun there, and then right before my elbow, I want like the rainbow and the PEI. So everything has kind of a method to the madness. And I also lined it just because, you know, tattoos are gonna be lined with black, but I just, okay, this kind of ruined the painting in my opinion, so ignore this, but imagine it in a beautiful tattoo style. So I have the rainbow, of course, a very important integral part. The Prince Edward Island on top, I actually decided to go in later on and do it in Photoshop with an actual font, which I love. I think it really brings it all together. Again, I looked at some of Helena's past, like, beautiful, she does amazing, colorful landscapes and, like, horizons and stuff, so I wanted to kind of play off of that so that it would work for her to just kind of run with. I really wanted a blue sky with white fluffy clouds and happy green grass and dandelions. The flowers here, I want to have lupins, which are very common in PEI, in the ditches all along the rural roads. I love PEI wildflowers. And yeah, I tweaked it a little bit in post, and this is what it looks like! Once again, this is not what I want on my actual arm, but I think this is a pretty good mock-up sketch idea, sort of like plap, plap, plap. These are the colors I want, these are the elements I want, these are kind of where I want them, and yeah, I think this is a good starting point to getting a tattoo going with my artist.
This video's Feature Confetti Club member is Local Canadian on Instagram, looking extremely cool and amazing and rock and roll in the Funfetti sweatshirt with the, oh my god, okay, let me get a good look at this fantastic arrangement. The hair is amazing. Oh my god, your bangs are more rainbow than mine right now. The sweater, of course, is a very fine choice. The pom-pom situation, stretched ear gang, rock and roll, loving the look, loving the whole aura. I vibe with you. Thank you so much for your support. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video, which is not this one, because this one is over. Bye!